Hello students, how are you all? Take care of yourself. This is Lakshmi Rajopadhyay, a yoga teacher. Today we are going to continue with next few asanas. Those are Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana and Makarasana. Now we will see first what is Bhujangasana. Bhujangasana is a cobra pose, is beginning back bend in yoga that helps to prepare the body for deeper back bends. Its name comes from the Sanskrit words Bhujanga, which means serpent, and Asana means pose. Now we will see its procedure. Lie prone on the floor, stretch your legs back, tops of the feet on the floor, spread your hands on the floor under your shoulders, hug the elbows back into your body. Now press the tops of the feet and thighs and the pubis firmly into the floor. On an inhalation, begin to straighten the arms to lift the chest off the floor, going only to the height at which you can maintain the connection through your pubis to your legs. Press the tailbone towards the pubis and lift the pubis toward the navel. Narrow the hip points and firm but don't harden the buttocks. Firm the shoulder blades against the back, puffing the side ribs forward and lift through the top of the sternum but avoid pushing the front ribs forward, which only hardens the lower back. Distribute the back bend evenly throughout the entire spine and now hold the pose anywhere from 50 to 30 seconds, breathing easily. Then release back to the floor with an exhalation. Okay. Now we will see its benefits. So it stretches the lungs, shoulders and abdomen, firms the buttocks, stimulates the abdominal organs, helps to relieve stress and fatigue, strengthens the spine, opens the hearts and lungs. So as you can see, it stretches the chest and lungs. That means it opens the heart and lungs, and therefore it is considered therapeutic for asthma. It also soothes sciatica. Traditional text says that Bhujangasana increases body heat, destroys diseases, and awakens Kundalini. Now, what are contraindications? So, first is back injury, carpal tunnel syndrome, headache, and pregnancy. These are contraindications for Bhujangasana. Now, we will see next asana, Shalabhasana. In Sanskrit, the word Shalabh stands for locust or grasshopper, which is one type of insect basically found in a grass. While doing Shalabhasana, the complete body shape seems like a locust or grasshopper structure. Thus, this posture is additionally known as the locust pose. Shalabhasana advantages to strengthen back muscles and curing ailments like sciatica and backache. There are total 3 methods for practicing Shalabhasana. Those are described here one by one in a correct manner. This asana is a simple to do and suitable for everybody. This is special asana for the spine. Now we will see procedure to perform Shalabhasana. As you can see in the diagram, lie down on your stomach, place both hands underneath the thighs. Then while inhaling, lift your right leg up, and that time your leg should not bend at the knee. Okay. Then at that time your chin should rest on the ground. Now hold this position about 10 to 20 seconds, and after that, while exhaling, take down your leg in the initial position. Now you have to proceed this with your left leg also. That means you have to lift your left leg, and while lifting that leg, it should not bend at the knee and your chin should rest on the ground. And again you have to hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds. Now after doing it with the left leg, again inhale and lift your both legs up, and here also your legs should not bend at the knees, and lift your legs as much as you can. With both legs, repeat the process for 2 to 4 times. Okay, so this is the whole procedure to perform Shalabhasana. Now, what are the benefits? It is beneficial in all the disorders at the lower end of the spine. The most helpful for backache and sciatica pain. It is useful for removing unwanted fats around the abdomen, waist, hips and thighs. So the daily practice of this asana can cures the cervical spondylitis and spinal cord ailments. It strengthens your wrist, hips, thighs, legs, lower abdomen, and diaphragm, and toughens the back muscles. Now, what are limitations? Who should not perform Shalabhasana is who has hernia, who has hypertension, heart elements, pregnancy, and peptic ulcer. These people should not perform Shalabhasana. Now we will move towards next asana. Next is Makarasana. Makarasana is widely known as crocodile pose in English and is a relaxation pose. The Sanskrit name Makarasana is derived from two words. The first is Makar, that means crocodile, and second is Asan, means posture. It is practiced to relax the body after performing other yoga poses. This asana is very helpful for relaxing the whole mind and body. Although with it, there are many other benefits of Makarasana, but it's very important to first have adequate knowledge of the steps. So let's begin by knowing the steps to practice the Makarasana. In order to avoid complications or any kind of injury during practicing an asana and do attain maximum benefits, it is highly crucial to know the right elements of the alignments of the body. Following are the steps to practice Makarasana correctly. So as you can see in the diagram, lie flat on the ground on the stomach, raise the head and both the shoulders, fold the arms in the front and place the right arm above the left arm, keeping the elbows pointing. Now keep the left palm down on the ground and the right palm on the left arm. The fingers touching the inside of the elbow. Put the head down on the center point where the right wrist is above the left wrist. Then close both eyes and relax the whole mind and body. Okay. Then after few moments, come back and slowly release the posture. So it has lot of benefits. As you can see, the balanced functioning of abdominal organs is gained with Makarasana. It improves the blood circulation in the body. It is helpful in getting rid of stress, anxiety, depression, tension and fatigue. It is quite helpful for people suffering from slip disc, sciatica and other back ailments. It is highly beneficial for people suffering from asthma or other lung disorders, as this asana elevates the breathing and helps in respiring easily. Now what are the precautions? Avoid moving the body in this asana as it may disturb the practice, and don't put stress on the body during this asana as it is all about peacefully relaxing the body. Avoid practicing this asana in the disturbing atmosphere as it may disturb the peace of mind, and those who have exaggerated lumbar curve should not practice Makarasana. Okay, so this was all about Makarasana. Today we have done with Shalabhasana, Makarasana and Bhujangasana. In next video we will meet with next few asana. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye bye.